Hi everyone. Most of you would be eagerly waiting for the All India Round 2 choice filling to start and fill your choices. Basically in this session, this is a very long session like we did for All India Round 1, for the process as well as to define what are the rules, etc. There is less clarity now as far as PG goes. You clearly know that with a major factor, MCC authority has a set of rules which they intend to do. Some are communicated in the brochure, some are not communicated. And then how do we get in those which are not communicated? Through the MCC call center, which is not responding 100% perfectly, which has created a lot of issues like the All India Round 1 resignation. They said it was not possible, but it is possible obviously, like we already mentioned. So similarly, there is some miscommunication that is reaching the students, which has resulted in less clarity. And the issue as far as this entire thing is concerned is that candidates might end up taking wrong decisions based on misinformation. Unfortunately, some of this is coming from an official authority, which is really unfortunate. Now, what we'll try to do is throughout the session, first part of the session, we will completely take you through the process of round 2, which is clearly concerned about All India Round 2. And then we will also touch upon All India Round 2 decisions basically versus State Round 2. Where are we today? What is the clarity? In the context of some updates of NEET UG, what we can expect. This is something that we have already been mentioning multiple times on the rules. We'll just go through that. All India Round 2 process is what is currently very, very critical, where you will be able to, you're going to fill choices based on some rules or processes. And second, there are a lot of queries that we will answer to, and we'll also suggest how to look at choices from each scenario's perspective based on what scenario that you are in. Might be a long thing. If you're interested now, you can go through this before the choice filling, or probably take your time, fill your choices, and then come back and revalidate what you've done. The process is this: All India Round 2, there will be 3 sets of candidates who are going to fill choices. One, candidates who are either allotted and holding a seat. This is one set of candidates, right? Who are allotted in round 1 and holding a round 1 seat. This is one set of candidates. This is a primary set. Most of them will be allotted and holding the seats, around 10,000 plus or 12,000 around candidates, if we are right. Yeah, should be around 12,000. They are actually allotted and they are holding the seats. Around that number, 10,000 to 12,000 will be there. They are holding an All India Round 1 seat. And out of these, many would have opted for upgradation. This is one set. Second, they will be participating in round 2. Second set is all those candidates who are All India Round 1 registered and did not join the seat, not allotted or free exited, basically not holding a seat. And then you have the freshly registered candidates who are not holding a seat. This is the second set, correct? So basically, candidates who are eligible for All India Round 2, freshly registered, or All India Round 1 allotted, did not join, allotted, joined and resigned. No seat held here. All of them are in the same scenario. Basically, no seat held, no impact. They are coming into round 2 with no seat in hand. This set has seat in hand, this set doesn't have seat in hand. This is the second set. And third set is All India Round 1 seat held or did not opt for upgradation. Okay. So this is the did not opt for upgradation set, which a set of candidates who do not have any seat in hand. They have an All India Round 1 seat in hand but did not opt for upgradation. They will not be participating in round 2 because they did not opt for upgradation. Beyond this, we also look at a fourth set which are not concerned with All India, which the set of people who might have fallen under this category or not, but they are holding State Round 1 seats now. Okay, this set holds State Round 1 seats now, and they do not fall under the category of no seat holders. They are State Round 1 seat holders, and then they participate. So who will participate? This set, and this set will participate. Okay, here the State Round 1 seat is not relevant basically in terms of what options or choices that you are going to fill. Similarly, these two fall under almost the same category. No seat holders as far as All India process is concerned. State process doesn't concern All India. As far as All India is concerned, you are going to fill in All India choices without a without an all India seat in hand. So these two basically are almost similar categories as far as MCC is concerned. State R1 seat holding does not define anything in all India. Only difference is this person holds an all India round 1 seat. So there is a possibility of this person to either retain the seat or get a better seat. There is no possibility of this person not ending up with a seat. These two can either get a better seat or not end up with a seat. That is how this entire thing is. So these three sets of candidates will be opting for choices. Now we look at each set and see how the process works. It's a brief, and then we will look at each of the scenarios. What will happen? Candidates are ranked again 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. By rank only allotment happens. So the first seat holder did not opt for upgradation, let us say, whatever a seat is. The first seat holder, let us say, has taken general medicine or radio diagnosis, let's say, missed what it is, but this seat will not even be available in the vacancies, correct? Because this candidate did not opt for upgradation. Let us say the second seat holder has a choice of MAMC general medicine and has opted for upgradation. This candidate has opted for upgradation. Because this candidate has opted for upgradation, there will be a virtual vacancy. What is a virtual vacancy? This seat is not a vacancy. This candidate has not opted for upgradation. The candidate will not participate. Seat will not be there in choice list. This is out of the counseling second round. Because this candidate has opted for upgradation, let us say this candidate wants a different seat, went to MAMC general medicine department, somehow preferred some other course and got more information possibly. Now going to some other course, trying for other vacancies. This seat is a virtual vacancy. This candidate has joined the seat, correct? Holding the seat. This seat will be shown as a virtual vacancy in a separate list, which means if the candidate upgrades, then somebody else will get that seat. That is how the process works. Now, if the candidate upgrades, somebody else will get the seat. Therefore, it is shown as a virtual vacancy. Let us say there was a third candidate who was opted MAMC pediatrics. Ended up not joining the seat. Ended up the candidate did not go and join for whatever reasons. The candidate did not join. This seat will be shown as an actual vacancy. What is an actual vacancy? This seat is available, not available with rank 3. Rank 3 left the seat, did not even join, or joined and resigned, either case. This is an actual vacancy. Who can pick up the seat? Anybody above can pick up, or if the candidate does not fill in that choice, anybody below can also pick up. This is available like a vacancy, like a new fresh choice, like in a new counseling. Here, virtual vacancy, only if the candidate gets a better seat, you will get that. In a virtual vacancy, anybody can get that seat. In an actual vacancy, anyone can get that seat above this ranker, or if this ranker doesn't fill, obviously, it will come down. There is no necessity for this candidate to upgrade, only then somebody will get, because the candidate is not holding the seat. So this is the basic difference between virtual vacancy and actual vacancies. Wherever there is a complete list where candidates are holding the seat are all virtual vacancies, provided they opted for upgradation. Okay. In case there is a virtual vacancy, somebody has opted for upgradation, does not fill choices, the seat will not be available for anyone, correct? So that is where we come to the R1 candidates who opted for upgradation and now don't fill choices. They are in virtual vacancies, their list is in virtual vacancies. Opted for upgradation, do not fill choices. Nobody else will get it. This R1 candidate will retain it because it is a virtual vacancy. Only if the candidate upgrades, somebody else will get it. Even if a higher ranker, like for example, in this scenario, even if it is a higher ranker, like this MAMC pediatric general medicine seat is a virtual vacancy. Let us say one participates and one fills in MAMC general medicine. Let us say this candidate participates and fills in general medicine. Unless 2 upgrades, one will not get the seat. 2 fills in MAMC pediatrics and gets MAMC pediatrics because this is vacant. 2 moves out, then there is a possibility of 1 to get the seat. Now, if you note that we said there is a possibility of 1 to get the seat. So we'll take up this scenario again. 1 is participating. It is not like one didn't opted for upgradation and is participating. And 2 is actually taken general medicine, opted for upgradation. 2 has opted for upgradation. 3 seat is vacant, MAMC pediatrics is vacant. 2 is allotted MAMC Pediatrics. This seat is allotted to the vacant seat MAMC Pediatrics, the actual vacancy is allotted to 2. This virtual vacancy MAMC General Medicine is now converted to an actual vacancy. You have an MAMC General Medicine actual vacancy. After 2 is allotted MAMC Pediatrics, this seat goes to them. This actual vacancy, actually you would think it would flow down this way. 4 can get, 3 can get, or 4 can get, or 5 can get. But it doesn't flow out that way. It may even go to 1 if one opted for MAMC General Medicine. Yeah, MCC follows this process. It picks out all the actual vacancies till the last rank and then allots it from rank 1. So even if there is a lower ranker who took up your seat, you missed a particular seat and it has gone to a lower ranker, when the lower ranker upgrades, all such actual vacancies, virtual vacancy to actual vacancy, whatever is converted, is moved up right from rank 1. So even if a lower ranker holds a seat that you are interested in, there are no actual vacancies now, this virtual vacancy can be allotted to you. Don't miss it out by thinking too much, just fill your preference orders. So this is a process that is followed. Actual vacancies are, virtual vacancies are converted to actual vacancies when somebody is allotted a better seat, and then the process goes on, and then there is a cycle continuously till everyone gets the better seat. This is a process in detail. In case you are not very clear about the process, don't worry about it. All you need to do is fill in preference orders. This is just to give you an understanding of what the process is. Fill in preference orders, rest system will take care of. It will allot you the best seat. Irrespective of where it was, who took it, you will finally get the best seat out of your preference order 1. Second, nobody else will get a better seat, a lower ranker will get a better seat than you that you missed, and every higher ranker will get a better seat than you from among their choices. So this will properly work. Believe the system and go ahead and fill your preference orders without looking at all this information too much. If you are confused, just fill your preference orders. Now we'll look at what we intend to do through the session. First we'll clarify a few queries. What is the R1 to R2 process we'll clarify. It is a very simple process. R1 you already hold a seat or whatever the process you are in. You will move on to R2 with the fresh choices, with a fresh list of choices. All choices are fresh and you will fill in those choices. So basically we'll come to each scenario, but basically should I fill the R1 same seat? I am holding an R1 same seat. Should I fill the same seat? One, if you are holding an R1 seat, you will not see that in the choices. The question won't even arise. We will address that later. But if you are going to R1 with a seat in hand, if you're going into R2 with an All India R1 seat in hand, you will not see the All India R1 seat that you have joined. Everybody else will be able to see that because you have opted for upgradation and going into R2, but you won't be able to see that. That is because you are already holding it. Don't need to worry about it first. Second, I took a free exit. Assuming that I will be able to fill the same seat in round 2, will I be able to fill it? Yes, if you took a free exit or joined a seat and then resigned, the same seat will again be available. You made a mistake or you want to come back and then you had a reason to do it, go ahead and fill in the same seat at whichever position you want. R1 upgraded to R2, who will get the seat? This is a query. So basically, if an R1, like we said, 5th ranker, the ranker holds a seat. We'll take it VMMC surgery seat. 5th ranker upgrades to a better seat. This seat goes to round 3. Will it go to round 3 is the question. That is something that many candidates have asked. No, like we mentioned, this is a virtual vacancy converted to an actual vacancy now because this candidate got another seat. What does this mean? This candidate cannot come back to this seat. The candidate is only eligible for the better seat that the candidate filled in. They cannot come back to VMMC surgery. This is available as an actual vacancy for everybody else over here. So it will be allotted in the next cycle to someone. Till there will be multiple cycles and finally the round 2 result will be released. So it will not go to R3. Somebody upgrades. It will go to someone in R2 itself, and that seat will be available in only for that person who is allotted, not the person who already held it. You lost the seat because you filled the better seat. So R1 upgraded and R1 seat is upgraded. Will it be allotted in R2? We address this. Yeah, it will be allotted in R2 and holding a seat in straight round 1. This is a very, most number of calls have come up on two queries. One is this: holding a seat in state R1, will I be eligible for All India R2? Everybody is eligible for All India R2. We have been stressing this time and again. Everybody is eligible for All India R2 except for All India Round 1 joined and retained candidates. Every qualified candidate joined and did not opt for upgradation. Sorry, joined and did not opt for upgradation. Only this set of candidates are not eligible. Everybody else is eligible. So this is not a criteria for taking your name away from All India R2. State R1's data sharing, multiple data is shared, states keep sharing data, they will not allow you, don't go with rumors. The process itself is, this year is All India R1 to state R1 to All India R2, you will be able to shift. And the idea, we are taking a pause here, the idea is to give a chance to move to state R2, give a chance to move to All India R3, and somewhere here pause. This is the idea behind the entire counseling and the change in the rules. This was communicated right from the beginning, but because of challenges in what states have, many states not communicating this till now, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Punjab, Himachal, I think, West Bengal might have communicated this a little better as of now. You might consider it non-clarity, but it is far better than the other states which have not communicated anything now. So at least these states have communicated. This is the possible thing that the MCC and DGHS or MOHFW is looking at this year. So with this in context, don't need to worry about this entire part of All India state round 1 joint candidates not being eligible for All India round 2. Your only query here has to be, will I be able to resign my state R1 seat after being allotted in All India round 2? All India round 2 allotment is a given. If you are eligible, everybody is eligible except for this set. So you will be allotted. Will I be able to resign my state round 1 seat? Yes, we are again confirming. Every state provides an opportunity for candidates to resign their state R1 seat and go to All India round 2. Every state, let us say you take a state of Tamil Nadu. 300 to 400 candidates move from state R1 to All India round 2 every year. Maharashtra, maybe 400 to 500 candidates move from state R1 to All India round 2 every year. When candidates move, state R1 seats become vacant for state R2. That is beneficial for the state candidates. No state will stop this movement. It is very, very obvious. If the state stops the movement, it is a disadvantage for the state candidates. States know that. So every state will allow state R1 resignation for All India round 2 seat, and this timeline will be after All India round 2 results, the timeline of resignation. MP has given 18th. Don't need to worry. I think they have scheduled at around 29th, if I'm not wrong. 29th is the date of choice filling start, or the counseling start maybe 26th or so. The resignation timeline of this state R1 MP seat will be after All India round 2 results. All India round 2 results are 25th. They will extend it to 27th, 28th and then start the choice filling on 29th or something like that. So don't need to worry about any of this. State R1 to All India R2 is very much possible. Whatever anyone says, every year it has happened and every state has allowed. The final query that we have received the most is stray round eligibility. We have confirmed that, we have mentioned that multiple times, and in multiple, there is a reason for confusion. No debating that. 2 or 3 clauses in the prospectus, there is a reason for confusion mentioning that if I am allotted in round 1, round 2, round 3 of All India, and also another place where it is mentioned round 1, round 2, round 3 state allotment is, data is shared, and this will be eliminated before round 3 for processing for stray round. This is how exactly it is mentioned, I believe. Don't worry about it. This R1, R2, R3 allotment will not define your stray round eligibility. Only thing that defines your stray round eligibility is 2 things as per the MCC prospectus as on date. All India stray eligibility is defined by 1, mop up, you are allotted a seat, you are out of, All India R3, you are allotted a seat, you are out of All India stray. 1. Clear? All India R3 you are allotted, you are out of mop up, All India stray. That is the first thing. You are able to go to All India mop up and you are All India round 3 and you are not allotted, you are eligible for stray if you don't hold a state seat. If you don't hold a state seat at the end of state round 3, you will be eligible for stray if you are not allotted in All India round 3. All India round 3 allotment can also come through this means. You go into All India round 3 with an All India round 2 seat in hand. You are going for upgradation in All India round 3. Even then you will be allotted if you don't get upgraded. So you will be out. So be very clear, you enter All India round 3 with a seat in hand, you are out of stray. If you enter All India, because there is no resignation possible after All India round 3, that is very clear. You have joined the seat here, after that resignation is not possible. Even though this is not explicitly mentioned, we will take a, from UG we will come to know that. But All India round 2, you take a seat into All India round 3, stray may not be possible. If you are go empty handed into All India round 3, you are not allotted in All India round 3, not allotted, then you are eligible for stray provided you don't have a state round 3 seat in hand. This is the stray eligibility. Even states might confuse, don't need to worry about it. That is how the eligibility is. As long as somebody is eligible for round 3 or the state mop-ups, if you don't get allotted, you will be eligible for stray 2. That is the usual rule. This is pretty much, I hope we are clear. We have got a lot of queries. That is why we are taking this up now in this timeline. Some of you believe that decisions are taken basis this. Still decisions are not taken, but still we are trying to clarify this. Now we will come to each and every scenario. You might be in one of these scenarios only. So take these as relevant. We will not take more than 2-3 minutes to tell what you need to do for each scenario. This is a suggestion. You can also go with your method. Free exit candidates. Free exit. You don't hold a seat. Joined and resigned. All India. You don't hold a seat. And you don't also hold a state seat basically. Fresh registered candidates. Not allotted at all in All India round 1. And you don't hold a state round 1 seat. Such candidates, it is a very simple process. Fill your choices. Round 1 choices do not matter. Currently, whatever you think is the best, fill your choices. Don't fill a choice that you are not interested in. That is the only thing that you need to worry about. Your only query has to be, if I took a free exit and joined and resigned a seat, will I be able to enter the same seat? Yes, you will be able to enter the same seat and you will be able to get the same seat in case it is available at your rank. Assurance is not there, but you will be able to get the seat. Consider it like a new counseling where you have filled that seat. You know that last time above you, nobody, with all the options of last round candidates, you were able to get the seat. This time somebody changes their options above you, or a new registered candidate from here comes and changes options above you. Only then you will be able to, you will lose the seat. Minor chances only of losing the seat, but go ahead and fill. That is the only thing that you can do now. This is for the first set. Free exit, joined and resigned, free, basically all these categories. Whoever doesn't hold a seat, this is the way to go about. Just fill in your choices, take it up later. Whatever be your state options, fill in your choices, take it up later. Max impact here, if you don't join a seat, is your security deposit. If you are really concerned about your security deposit, then you need to think about whether you will get a state round 2 seat. What will I do if I need to upgrade? Will All India round 2 upgrade to round 3 upgradation will result in exit with forfeiture, etc. Most of you won't. So just go ahead and fill your seats. Fill choices that you wish to join. Be very clear, fill choices that you wish to join. Don't fill a choice that you will for sure not join. Confused choices, think and try to get clarity or fill them in. That is the next thing. And second, you are holding an All India round 1 seat. All India round 1 seat you are holding, and then you are going for upgradation. I am holding, let us say, Bangalore Medical College surgery seat. Fill those choices as 1, 2, 3. Let us say you have 10 better options. Fill those in the order of preference. You can't fill Bangalore Medical College surgery. It will not even be available. We have multiple times mentioned. Or R1 seat that you are holding will not be available for you. Because you opted for upgradation, everybody else will see that, but you won't see that. Fill all these choices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let us say 7, 8, 9 and 10. If these seats, all these seats should be better than the Bangalore Medical College surgery seat. Once you fill those choices, system will check all these one by one. Whichever is the best available, it will allot to you, and this seat will be taken away from you. Whether it is allotted to somebody else or not matters. Usually it will be allotted to somebody else. They will only have claim of the seat. You will not have claim of this seat. You will have claim of only this seat. Why is it so? You fill choices saying that it is better than BMC surgery. You can't go back saying, I got here VMMC surgery. I filled it as second choice, but now I have changed my mind. You have allotted MCC, you have allotted in R2 this seat, but I want to go back to my R1 seat. MCC says, no, you told me that this is a better seat. You go with your R2 seat. You cannot go back to R1 seat. So this is the only concern that you will need to be very clear about. Your concern, your query usually is, if I don't get this seat, should I fill this as a last choice? You can't fill. Automatically, if these 10 options are not available, system will take you to BMC surgery. BMMC was not available. So all these are not available. You can be 100% assured that BMC surgery is still with you. What query do we have usually in this scenario? This scenario is only, basically you will have this query only for those candidates who are opting for, looking for a seat. The query is, I hold BMC surgery. I am ranked 4,500. May not be, but 4,500. There is rank 10, All India rank. I have filled in 10 choices. Rank 10 has filled in BMC general surgery as first choice. Will rank 10 get? No, just because the candidate is a higher ranker, rank 10 will not get. Its system will come to 4,500. Rank 10, when rank 10 is processed, the candidate will not even see BMC general surgery, your seat. There might be other vacancies. Your seat is not available for her because you are still holding that seat. Then when it comes to 4,500, your choices are processed. None of these are available. This seat will not even be vacant. This virtual vacancy will always be with you and you are allotted. This candidate, just because he is ranked 10, will not even see this choice. If you upgrade, then BMC general surgery goes to the highest ranker. If you upgrade to what? A better seat that you filled. So let this be clear for those candidates who are holding. Rest out, nothing to be clear about. What will happen when you get upgraded, we will tell you. What you need to remember when you get upgraded, we will tell you. So let us say you get upgraded, AAR1, you go to AAR2, you get upgraded to a better seat. You will have to go to the AAR1 institute. You will have to go because your certificates are there. There is a relieving letter that is required. Not a resignation letter. Note, it is called a relieving letter. Why is it called a relieving letter? You are not resigning. You have been relieved out of this institute. Currently, those who resigned, joined the institute, went voluntarily and resigned. In this scenario, you are relieved out of your All India Round 1 institute because you have got a better All India Round 2 institute. You get your relieving letter from the institute, certificates from the institute, ask for a free refund. For refund, you ask, tell them we need a refund, and then go to the AAR2 institute. Refund may or may not come within time, depending upon your R1 institute. All India R2, you have to submit your original certificates and pay the fee and complete the process. Get admission letter again, and this is the final confirmation. Get this again, then the entire process is done. Okay, so this is what it is. If you upgrade from All India Round 1 to All India Round 2, we'll also come to the other scenario of when you don't upgrade, what you need to do. Nothing to be done, but we'll come to that scenario. This alone, be very clear. If you will have to ask for refund, it might take some time in some institutes. If it is a deemed institute, you'll have to plan for that. Next is holding a state R1 seat. This is not a very tricky scenario at all. This is a very simple scenario. Holding a state R1 seat obviously means you are not holding an All India Round 1 seat. That is how it should be. You can't hold 2 seats at a time. So you are going in without an All India Round 1 seat. Straight away fill choices which are better than your state R1 seat. Some candidates ask whether I can fill the same state R1 seat here. Yes, you can fill the same choice. If you think that All India Round 2 to Round 3 upgradation gives you a better option, I want to hold on to All India Round 2 even if it is the same seat. Candidates do that. It is up to you to fill the same option or not. You can choose whichever is wiser. All India AP candidates, obviously we don't, even if we give the intimation or hint, without that too every candidate knows. AP doesn't have a bond. Their bonds are different between All India and state. You can fill the same choice in case you want to upgrade that to an All India seat. Now state R1 seat you are holding, fill in better choices than your state R1 seat. This is straightforward. At this point, don't think too much about the state R2 scenarios, except for in some states where if you resign your state R1 seat, let us say you resign your state R1 seat. What did we say earlier? State R1 seat resignation will be possible for joining All India Round 2. There is no confusion in that. But if you resign your state R1 seat, Telangana, no further rounds you can participate. Correct? There is a clause. Maharashtra, free exit. Doesn't matter. because after resigning and moving on to All India round 2, since state R1 is free exit, you can still participate in state R2. This is not taken away from you. Maharashtra candidates might move. Telangana candidates will have to take a call. They can still move, resign and go on to the All India round 2 seat that you are filling in. But they might have to take a call, because if they resign, there is only All India round 2, round 3 and stay around for them. That decision might impact your choices. Even then, you can fill your choices and take a decision after All India round 2 allotment. Because only if you resign and join, everything will be impacted, correct? If you are allotted, then you take a decision, that is different. We would suggest that you can take a decision earlier too. Not possible. Wait till round 2. Only if you join here by resigning your state round 1 seat, you have to take a call, even if it is Telangana, because the trends might give you additional information. Don't need to worry. Even if you don't join, this goes to All India R3. Everybody is eligible for All India R3 by upgradation. So that is not going to impact All India round 3 too. So be very clear. State round 1 join candidates can go to All India round 2. Straightforward, you can fill your choices like everyone else. Even this complications, you can manage it at a later point in time. Maharashtra state R1, you can go to state round 2. All India round 2 after joining, can I go to state round 2 in Maharashtra? Will Maharashtra allow, etc.? We will come to the later point in time. But this is only if you join, right? Correct? But if you don't join, still the eligibility for state R1 exists after a free exit. Because you want free exit at all. You will hold on to your state round 1 seat and not join the All India round 2 seat, and then go on to state round 2 with your state round 1 seat in hand. Currently, fill choices which are better than the state round 1 seat that you wish to join. Okay, so we are emphasizing again, don't fill just like that. You wish to join. There is an exit with forfeiture if you don't join this after being allotted, but go ahead with filling in the choices. So hope this is clear. If you're holding a state round 1 seat, just fill in better choices in All India round 2 that you wish to join. It is a very simple thing. And these are the 3 scenarios that we have been looking at. These are the 3 buckets. The 4th one was not upgraded candidates. So this is what you need to do. In all the 3 scenarios, you will see something in common. This person also filled the choices which they wish to join. The All India round 1, sorry. So here free exit join, they fill the choices that they wish to join. And if you are holding an All India round 1 seat too, we said fill all the choices that you wish to join. Here too we are saying fill all the choices that you wish to join. Decisions can be taken later. Very clearly, All India round 2 joining is what will be an impact. Choice filling is simply your choices that you wish to join without complicating many things. What will happen in All India round 3, state round 2 to All India round 3, All India round 2 to state round 2, fill choices that you wish to join. Every year the decision making point is All India round 2 result timeline. That is the decision making point. We have time and again told you at the time of that decision, allotment mapping will be available, you will have further information, etc. This year this might even be further because of in many states. But before that, you don't need to take a decision today, fill choices that you wish to join. The entire emphasis has been on that. Other queries that we have, when does the conversion of unallotted seats happen? So there are a lot of queries on when the conversion of unallotted seats would happen. So this conversion of unallotted seats, basically there are 2,540 odd seats, but don't take this as a huge number. It is not huge. This mostly around 800 or AAQ seats, of which 300 are clinical PWD seats, which are unallotted. Nobody picked up those seats in round 1. Usually this comes to mop up. 300 to 400 seats would come to mop up. This year, because everybody has an option to go to mop up, conversion will be an advantage for those who go to mop up. Everybody will go, so don't need to worry about this conversion at all. All of you will have a chance to go to All India mop up. All India round 3. Usually last year it happened at mop up. This year it happens as All India round 3. So you will be able to go to All India round 3 for getting this benefit of some 300 to 400 possibly converted seats in clinical. PWD seats or certain seats under NRI which are converted to management, etc. All this will happen. First round 2,540 seats were not allotted. Majority were non-clinicals or deemed NRI seats or deemed non-clinical seats. So or the rest PWD was around 300 odd seats, maybe PWD clinical seats. Second, R2 to R3, if I upgrade, will there be a fee or a penalty? So basically this is a query that many candidates ask. And R1 seat leaving, will there be a penalty? Basically if you go to R2 from R1, you are upgrading. or R2 to R3 you are upgrading, and when I am getting relieved from my All India Round 1 seat, I am going to the All India Round 1 institute and I am relieving, will I need to get a will pay a penalty? So this is something that doesn't happen. Seat leaving bond that you submitted, like 5 lakhs if I leave the seat, 50 lakhs if I leave the seat, 2 years if I don't serve, there is a bond, etc. All these are applicable only for your final admission. As per process, you go on till the last round. For your final admission, you say that this is the final seat, I have submitted that. That is when all these will be applicable. Seat leaving bond, penalty, etc. In certain state cases alone, when you are moving from one state beyond a timeline, these will be applicable. When you are moving between All India Round 1 to All India Round 2, this All India Round 1 institute will not ask for a penalty. Similarly, All India Round 2 to All India Round 3, we don't have confirmation, but they should not ask for a penalty. If there is an issue, MCC should notify. We will come to that. Right now, you ignore this part. Round 1 to Round 2, as of now, you are appearing for. There is no penalty. If you upgrade, you can go and resign your All India Round 1 seat. Same does it happen for my state Round 1 seat is the next question. I have a state Round 1 seat. Then will I have to pay a penalty of my state to get the relieve the state Round 1 seat if I get a better All India Round 2 seat? We already said resignation is possible. Every state will allow resignation, but will I have to pay a penalty? No, you don't have to pay a penalty here. Usually all states allow resignation without a penalty. We are not aware of any state at least which asks for a penalty. Deduction might be there in all the cases we discussed. It can even be let us say 75,000 for deemed universities, but penalty will not be applicable. Penalty is like 3-year full fee, etc. In ZyNerd, even if it says after round 2 there is a penalty, that is because it was last year's. Once the MCC notifies, we will modify it too. Okay, so actually there is no penalty when you move from round 1 any seat to All India Round 2 seat. Deduction in the fee may be applicable. And one additional query that we will sort out here, there is a simple confusion on, there is a specific confusion on this part. Okay, there is a specific confusion on this part. All India Round 1, if I join and upgrade to All India Round 2, will I have to go back to the All India Round 1 institute? Yes, you will have to go back. Your originals are here, right? You have to get a relieving letter here. And you will have to get a get a fee refund and complete the formalities there. So these three are required. So you will have to go back. Let us say fee refund is not there. This is a DNB institute. Anyways, you have paid only to NBE. Originals you did not submit. It is a DNB institute. Just for this relieving letter, should I go? Depends on the institute. If the institute is ready to mail you this, then that is fine. That is enough. When should I resign? When should I get relieved out of this? The 2-day thing that is mentioned has nothing to do with this process. 2-day thing is for a retained R1 seat. 2-day resignation deadline is for a retained R1 seat. You took an R1 seat, you opted for upgradation, you did not get upgraded, you are with your R1 seat. That is different from this scenario, right? So 2 days, forget it. This can be done, this entire process can be done any time before September 4th, which is the joining deadline for R2. But by September 4th, you should go here to the R2 institute. So basically September 3rd or 2nd, you will do that by September 3rd or 2nd, and then you will go to the All India R2 institute for joining the R2 institute, where you will again pay your fee, submit your originals, etc. So like we said, you have to go to the R1 institute for certificates, getting the certificates, pay the refund, asking for the fee refund, and getting this relieving letter from MCC, not resignation, relieving letter from MCC, intra-MCC portal, and with that you will go to the Round 2 institute. In case your certificates and fee are not a concern, you can actually get the relieving letter through email if the institute is okay with that, and then go to the Round 2 institute and upgrade. This can be done any day before September 4th, and this needs to be done any day before September 4th. So possibly 1-2 days before at least you will go. We will always suggest first day itself go there, get everything and go join before September 4th. It is up to you to take a call. You can go even on, let us say, August 30th or 31st, get your relieving letter and join on September 4th. That is possible. So now we have completed this entire part on the rules etc. of All India. Now and all the basic queries. We'll come to post allotment, what needs to be done. Now this is post allotment, we are covering it now, but this will be helpful basically. We will also at the end of the session, we will also try to cover the state R2, All India R2 to state R2 and the rules of upgradation etc. basis in the context of the UG rules which have been updated. R1 retained. Okay, so post allotment, what will I do in these scenarios is what we will discuss in the context of joining, resigning, upgrading, fee payment, course commencement and refund. For your scenario, you can come back later. If you are still busy with your finalizing your choices etc., you can skip this entire part but come back later. This is for those candidates who will fall into this criteria after allotment, after the entire process. So now we'll start with this R1 retained. Basically, what does retain mean? I had an R1 seat, I joined it, opted for upgradation, did not get upgraded, therefore I retained my R1 seat. Okay. Sorry. Okay, R1 retained, no upgradation. Okay, so in case for this scenario, one, joining, how will it work out? Joining, there is nothing called joining. You have retained your R1 seat, correct? No joining is required. You have already joined your R1 institute. You got your admission letter from Intra MCC. That is why you are able to go for an upgradation where it mentioned that willingness for upgradation. Nothing to be done as far as joining is concerned. So joining formalities, nothing. No 2 days funda here unless you want to resign. There is nothing like you need to go back to the round 2 institute and say that I am joining within 2 days. Nothing like that. If you don't, you have all the time till the institute calls you. Let us say it is an MDMS institute. They will call you after September 5th only. Correct? R1 retained. This is an MDMS institute. Don't need to do anything during the period between 25th and 4th. Say 25th August and September 4th. Just wait for September 5th or call them a few days later, earlier before September 3rd, 2nd and ask them when you need to come to join the institute. It can be September 5th. If they say September 5th, you have to go on September 5th. Beyond that, it can be September 6th if they allow you, September 10th if they allow you, or till the last date, which is now October 10th if they allow you. They won't allow you. Most of the institutes won't allow this. They will ask you, they will be waiting for you to come in. You may have to start on September 5th. You can't claim that I have this problem, that problem. If they insist, genuine issues they may consider, but purely depends upon the department or the HOD or the institute. Beyond September 5th, you will have to join. DNB, you may be asked to join immediately, or you might be already in the institute. Like you have already joined and you are working in the institute, because DNB doesn't have this September 5th. This year, many institutes have asked candidates to immediately join. OPJR is there, etc. Nothing to be done on OPJR, etc. if already everything has been completed. DNB, joining, nothing to be done, nothing additional to be done. Okay, very clear. R1 retained seat. If I want to resign an R1 retained seat, in that scenario, this is for joining. What we discussed is for R1 retained joining. If I want to resign my R1 retained seat, what will we do? That is the next query, right? If I want to resign my R1 retained seat, you have 2 days to resign without forfeiture. What is forfeiture? You paid 25k, 10k, 2 lakhs. Okay, that is forfeiture. Within 2 days, if you resign the seat, you will not forfeit this amount. What will be your scenario after resigning? No seat in hand. Can you go to round 3? Yes, round 3 is possible without forfeiture. Without forfeiture would mean same registration. That is how MCC has always been. This is not explicitly mentioned. Call up the call center, they will confuse you, but this is how it has been. Same registration, which is without forfeiture. You will be able to go to All India round 3. That is how the rule should be. We will need to confirm this rule, but that is how the rule should be, already intimated for UG. Now, within 2 days, you don't resign. I extend it beyond that day, and after that, I get a state round 2 seat, and my state allotted me. I am going to join. Punjab is providing a provisional result on 2nd, 30th or something, 29th or 30th or before 4th. So, in that case, I am going to resign after 30th. Will I have time? No clarity yet. Call center says MCC call center says not possible. The same call center which said that resignation of round down seat is not possible. UG, yes, with forfeiture, resignation is allowed till a particular timeline. That is what UG regulation, UG says. Always UG has been the same as PG. So this might be possible. Hold on, your decisions need not be based on this, but this might be possible with forfeiture. What they would usually say, like we mentioned in the last time itself, clearly we noted down saying R1 seat not exited within 2 days. You don't resign within 2 days, would be considered as an R2 seat, and R2 rules will apply. What are the R2 rules? R2 seat can be resigned with forfeiture, and that is mentioned in the prospectus too. So this should be available, possible. So in case you want to resign, you might have an option here without forfeiture, which is very clear. This needs clarity, but might be possible. So this is clear as far as resignation is concerned. And upgradation, we are going with, okay, we are going with upgradation. In case I want to go for upgradation, I retain my all India round down seat, I want to go for upgradation, what would I do is the next question. MCC call center says resign and go for upgradation. After you resign, it is not upgradation. That itself is first of all wrong. If you resign, you are going with without a seat in hand. So UG rule. Now we are going ahead with the UG rule. We are clarifying that it is a UG rule. It should be the same. Keep holding on. You can take a decision later to resign or not, because already holding a seat, you don't have any other option. This does not change your decision. But the rule of UG says that you just continue with the seat, same registration. No need to provide willingness. Willingness is automatic. You already provide willingness for R1 to R2. You provided that already. So don't need to provide willingness. Go for R3, fill choices with the same registration. So basically, even if you don't resign within 2 days, you can go ahead and opt for upgradation, is what UG rules mention. There needs to be clarity on this, but wait for PG notifications. Your decision anyways now is not going to be based on it, because you are going to fill choices. What your decision is going to be is, your decision is going to be after the R1 retain, when you retain your R1 seat. At that point, you can also go for exit without forfeiture, no impact like now. So even if this is wrong, don't need to worry about it. Your situation remains the same today versus when you are retaining the seat. Clear? So this is providing willingness. Now the next thing is fee payment. Do you need to make any fee payment if you are retaining the same seat? No, you don't need to make any fee payment, right? You already paid the fee to the first round institute, nothing else to be paid. Course commencement we already discussed. If it is an MDMS seat, refund of fee not applicable here because you are in the same institute. So we have covered this part where R1 retained and not upgraded. We will go to the next one where R2 upgraded from R1. You hold an R1 seat, you are upgraded to an R2 seat. What do you have? Do you have your R1 seat with you? No, this is not available with you. You only have your R2 seat with you. How do we take up this scenario is what we will see next. So in this scenario, first joining, what do you need to do? We already discussed this. Go to R1 institute, get your originals back, everything back, and then go to R2 institute. If you want to resign the seat, what do you need to do? Do you need to resign your R1 seat? No, it is called relieving. You can do that any day before September 4th, get your relieving letter. It is not resignation per se. Will you get your refund? That timeline depends. We already discussed this, right? The timeline depends, and so you might have to plan for an additional amount for R2 in case your R1 fee refund does not come before R2. Upgrading. This is where there is a query. Resignation is not relevant. R2 resignation is not relevant. Now the first query we will take up resignation. There are many candidates saying, I am holding and I am upgraded from R1 to R2. R2 seat is with me. I am yet to join. Can I resign that seat? If you are yet to join, it is not called resignation. First, if you are yet to join, you don't join. That is what it is. There is no resignation term used there. You can do that and wait till September 4th for your state results. If your state allows you, etc., you can wait for your state R2 results with this seat in hand. Very much that is possible if your state allows. Beyond this, you might have to take a call on joining. How do you take a call on joining? You will go join provided there is an opportunity for resignation later, right? State results are going to be on September 5th, let's say. Let us say, for example. So you will join on September 4th after checking whether there is a resignation possibility till September 6th, exactly like you did in round 1. Round 1 you did not get that intimation, but MCC might intimate in this scenario. Just wait for that case, and in case you are able to resign, you can join and then resign. What will it be if you join and resign? It is exit with forfeiture. Can I attend next round if I join and resign? Yes, through fresh registration you can attend. So basically, after you are allotted an R2 seat, irrespective of whether you have a state R2 seat or not, whether you are going for a state R2 seat or not, if you are allotted a seat and you don't join, if you are allotted a seat and you join and resign, if this is available, exit with forfeiture. This is also exit with forfeiture. You go into round 3 with All India round 3 with fresh registration. So in both these scenarios, if you are not joining your All India round 2 seat, you go into All India round 3 with fresh registration. This between this timeline, there might be a state R2 process somewhere out here. Those timelines will define whether you will be able to move, etc. and all if you have joined the All India round 2 seat. Hope this part is also clear. If it is not clear, don't need to worry about it now. Some of these may require clarity, like resignation here, exit with forfeiture here, MCC's rules, MCC call center related confusions, etc. But what we can tell you is, you can always take this call later too about All India round 2 joining versus state round 2. Till the time you join your state All India round 2 seat, you don't need to worry about state round 2 at all. Anyways, if you are not joining your All India round 2 seat, state round 2 is open. Only if you join, some states have a confusion. If you don't join, no problem. So filling in choices, do you have a problem? No. You can decide here. Clear? Fine. So this is fine. Fee payment, we already discussed. Course commencement, again the same. September 5th for MDMS, and for DNB, immediately they can ask you to join. Because it is a new institute, R2 will be a new institute, you will be asked to join immediately. You will have to go get everything relieved from your earlier institute and go ahead and join that. Okay, now we have completed this entire part, which is R2. Whatever we discussed as far as R2 is concerned is the same for an R2 upgraded seat is concerned, is the same for an R2 fresh seat. We said joining, correct? You can go back, just rewind and go back and see whatever we said. R2 joining, resignation, then exit with forfeiture, R2 non-joining, exit with forfeiture, going into R3, AAR3, fresh registration and fresh payment, or going to the R2 institute and making the fee payment, etc. Everything is the same. Course commencement, everything is the same, except that there is no AAR1 institute involved. You don't need to go back to the AAR1 institute. That entire process is not there. Rest all is the same for an R2 fresh seat. Whatever is the rule, it is applicable for an R2 fresh seat as it is applicable for an upgraded R2 seat. In both the scenarios, you will be able to upgrade after joining. Whether you have got an R1 to R2 upgraded seat after joining, you can upgrade to AAR3. R2 fresh seat after joining, you can upgrade to AAR3. Double upgradation is allowed. There is nothing called double upgradation. Actually, MCC does not use that term at all. You can go from R1 to R2. That was already allowed. The change in itself is like R2 to R3, you are again allowed. Don't believe rumors saying that R2 to R3 I will not be allowed, because I upgraded from R1 to R2. The entire change is that, the entire purpose is that. So R1 to R2 to R3 is allowed. R2 to R3 is also allowed. We already said, as far as UG is concerned, R1 retained seat in R2, UG they are allowing them to go to AR3 with this retained seat. This is also allowed in UG. Wait for clarity, but this is allowed. So be very clear, whatever rule is supposed to be, it is so. Whatever you think is right, yeah, right. So MCC is actually doing that, so don't need to worry about it. Okay, so we'll just clear this off. Okay, so now we are coming into the last scenario, which is state R1 seat held and AA R2 allotted. This should be AA, sorry. State R1 seat held and AA R2 allotted. So you hold a state R1 seat and you are moving to an AA R2 seat. What will be the joining process? Resign from the seat. You are not relieved, you resign from the seat, and then get your originals, etc. Here penalty usually is not there. We already said penalty, bond penalty, etc. will not be applicable because states would allow this as per process. You can get relieved. You will also be able to resign after 25th August or whichever date all India results are out and the joining happens. So at least one day will be provided here. Go ahead with resigning, come back to R2 and join this institute. Whether you will get the amount back, we don't know. Let us say you paid 20 lakhs to a private institute here, you want 30 lakhs to be paid over here. We are not sure about that. That part you have to check with your state round 1 institute. After that, is there a resignation thing? There is no resignation thing because here you are joining an all India round 2 seat. After joining, whether you can resign, it is the same process like a fresh R2 seat if you join and resign, or an upgraded AA R1 to R2 seat if you join and resign. It is the same process. That will be exit with forfeiture and you will be eligible for all India round 3 if you resign this all India round 2 seat after upgrading from here. It doesn't matter where you come into the all India round 2 seat. And opting for upgradation, obviously this is a new seat. As far as all India is concerned, you can opt for upgradation after joining this seat. And one thing that we have not covered, we'll do that at the last point. So, and fee payment, obviously you will have to pay fee to the All India Round 2 Institute irrespective of whether you get back this amount or not. Course commencement, again September 5th for MDMS. If you go join on 30th in a DNB institute, they may as well ask you to start from 30th itself. That depends upon the institute. Refund, there is from the state R1 institute, you will have to get it. So this is as far as the last scenario is concerned. Now in all these scenarios, we've gone through almost all the scenario. All these scenarios, the rules that require clarity, we will relook at those rules. We already mentioned a list of rules that require clarity, right? All of those we will relook at. A R1 seat, probably the next 5 minutes will sum up everything. Retained in AR2. If I don't resign within 2 days, can I go to AAR3? The answer in UG is all in red is UG, clear yes. Answer from the call center is a clear no. So this is from MCC's notification, which is from the authority. Usually UG and PG are similar. There's no change, at least we have noticed, except in terms of code directed rounds, but otherwise both are similar. Second, this is a clear yes, this is possible. Second, All India R2 joined. I joined the seat. Can I resign this seat? Again, unfortunately, more than anyone else, we have the call center to tackle with. Call center, no. UG, yes. You can resign the seat very clearly. You can resign the seat till what timeline too they have mentioned. Let us take it as a stipulated timeline. They will give you a timeline. Till that timeline you will be able to resign. They have actually mentioned in the UG that till round 3 choice filling, All India round 3 choice filling, you can resign this round 2 joint seat. We don't know that. This part at least we are not clear. But this resignation will be allowed. It is also mentioned in the prospectus under exit with who are the candidates who can exit with forfeiture is mentioned in the PG prospectus. The third point says candidates who resign their seat, allotted seat in round 2. That is very clear, absolutely clear. But call center, again a problem. UG, yes, very clearly we will get a notification probably for PG2. Third. So here we will just add on. This is if you are allowed to resign within this timeline, like All India round 2 join within a stipulated timeline. If state R2 results are within this timeline and state allows you, we will be running a separate session on state wise and what are the complications, etc. We have been delaying that, yeah, but we will be running a session soon on that, possibly by Monday max. So if state allows, and you are allotted a seat. By this resignation deadline, after joining All India Round 2, with a backup here, you can resign and move on to state R2. Correct? If state allows. Provided the stipulated timeline, state results are out before the stipulated timeline, exactly like All India Round 1. This resignation is possible, and after joining the state, what is also possible? Here eligibility doesn't go away. All India Round 3 eligibility, this is exit with forfeiture we said. Repayment of fees, this is possible. State allows this transition or not, we are not sure. Those all we will cover in the Monday session. Very detailed, we will cover given with the states that have already come up with the revised ones like Gujarat, Maharashtra, etc. We will cover Maharashtra, Punjab, etc. We will try to cover that. So this part is clear as far as All India Round 2 is. Hope this part is clear as far as All India Round 2 is concerned. Now we will go to the third question which has also been troubling everyone. All India Round 2 joined. I am not even resigning. I am going to upgrade. Is it exit with forfeiture? We were a little worried about this, whether they will implement it, because, sorry, I am not sure whether I can mention this, because this is an entire chunk of till last year, All India Round 2, many candidates resigned and did not join and go to All India Round 3, right? That is a huge chunk of security deposit forfeiture, comes to crores. We were a little worried about this, whether that is the reason why this clause is there, but at least in UG, MCC is good. UG, this is allowed. All India Round 2 join can move to All India Round 3 with the same registration. No exit with forfeiture in UG. Call center, don't know. We haven't called up the call center to ask. But agreed, if you show us 3 clauses, we have already discussed in the clauses which create confusion. It mentions that is exit with forfeiture. Agreed. UG, they have very clearly clarified. You can take, if you resign the seat, then you repay. If you don't resign and you are in the system, basically without exit with forfeiture, you will not repay. Same registration, you can go ahead, is what they have mentioned. As of now, these 3 points, hold on to these, whatever is there. UG, it looks positive, very positive. Whatever we wanted to happen, it has happened, right, for everyone. So just hold on to these points. These 3 clauses we have mentioned. The 4th point on All India Round 2 to State Round 2, we will take it up on Monday. This does not have anything to do with your choices. Very clearly we are mentioning, your choices can always be done after All India Round 2 allotment. Go ahead with your choices. We will take it up on Monday. As far as choices filling, summarizing the entire thing, choice filling for All India Round 2 does not depend upon majorly on any later rule of state round 2, etc. You can always take a choice after All India Round 2 allotment. Fill choices that you wish to join. Don't miss it out to lower rankers, because these choices might end up being your last best choice. Correct? That might also happen. Even if you have state round 2 options, All India Round 3 options, stray options, this might be the best seat that you are getting. So just don't miss out a seat over here thinking that I have a state round 2 option, what all complications will I do? Will I lose everything? Only one set of candidates will have to take a call on what to fill in All India Round 2. Those set of candidates who are very concerned about the 10K, 25K or 2 lakhs. You don't know whether you want to go to if you go to All India Round 3, whether this will be exit with forfeiture, you have to repay. If you don't know whether, if I take an All India Round 2 seat and then I will never join to take a state, I will decide only not to join to go to a state round 2 seats. So why I should do that? Because I want to save this amount. Only if your decision is based on this, saving the security deposit, then your choices here will change in ROP. Clear? If saving security deposit is not a concern, you are already in a state whether you hold an all round 1 seat or no seat or state R1 seat. None of these scenarios, your choices here will change. Clear? Your choices will, because after this, you have a joining choice to make. So without getting confused, fill your choices. Like we did for All India Round 1, we said All India Round 1, fill your choices. Then we will come back and tell you the state round 1 and All India Round 2 options. What all you can do. We did that with the entire scenario based thing. We will come back and again tell you All India round 2 versus state round 2. Hold on, there is a lot of time till September 4th to decide. By then there will be clarity. Spend the next 3 days on choice filling. That is summarizing everything. Then we will also be back with a lot of videos, okay, to help you out throughout the process. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any queries, please post them. We'll just go through the queries. There are quite a few. We'll just take up whatever we can. AEQ R2 versus state R2. Yes, we will do that. It is not that we are not interested in doing that. We've gone through all the prospectuses, the 5 states where there have been changes, and we have also gone through the states where there have not been changes. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, wherever the last year's prospectus is continuing or the rules have not changed, and Gujarat, Maharashtra, West Bengal. What is the governments? West Bengal, Himachal has made a change, I think, and West Bengal, Himachal, Punjab has made a change. So all these we have also gone through the changes. We'll come back to you on that. Just go with the choice filling now. Does not impact based on, it is not based on whatever you do in All India state round 2. The confusion need not worry you for choice filling. No. Where the candidate who has been allotted a seat and has joined All India. Oh, we mentioned that this is a query on AR1 candidate not upgraded and retains the same seat in AR1. What is the scenario of R3? UG, it is allowed. Anyways, nothing can be done during choice filling, correct? You just have to fill up the choices and wait for a notification. UG, they did this provided this notification even within the 2 days, correct, before the decision has to be taken. So well and good, you will be able to take that decision. Don't need to worry about it. Go ahead with the choice filling. We are a little confident, but you will, whatever be the case, if you retain, you have those 2 days to take a decision as of now. So don't need to worry about it. It is highly likely that it will be like UG, where you will be able to go into R3 with the R1 seat in hand. We are not confirming, we are not assuring you, but this timeline of decision, postpone it to September 25th, August 25th. And you will have notifications from MCC on that, like UG. How to retain round 1 seat? We went through that already. If you are interested in retaining your round 1 seat, you don't want to upgrade, don't fill choices. Whether you give consent or not doesn't matter, just don't fill choices. Our new seats are added in R2. We don't have the information yet. I'm not sure if they have published the seat matrix yet. We will have a separate new seats PDF itself from MCC that will clearly tell us the new seats. There might be additions, but usually it is in the tone of 100, 200 seats max. Don't expect huge additions. The missed out seats, there were seats available, but they were missed out because institute did not enter, etc. Those seats alone will be available. If allotted or not allotted, we will get your security back, right? So R2, it is not like that. If you are allotted and join, you will get your security deposit back. If you are not allotted, you will get your security deposit back. If you are allotted and you don't join, or join and resign, join and then resign the seat, then you won't get your security deposit back in R2. There is a query saying that without knowing I selected unlock registration, but it shows not eligible for unlocking of registration. I'm not sure whether you have already unlocked it once. Candidates were able to do that twice, but this does not impact. If you are not able to unlock registration, we are not sure what reason is, maybe mail us across, but it will not affect your All India round 1 seat. Don't need to worry about that at all. All India round 1 seat, like in the beginning itself we mentioned, this has nothing to do with unlock registration. Whether you unlock, add a quota, change your category, round 1 seat will be retained. Don't go with this part, basically. State round 2 allotment, can you participate? Just wait, hold on. You fill your choices now. Definitely by Monday we will get back to you on that. Possibly by 21st, 1 day before at least, we will get back to you on that. It is not complicated. There is less clarity, but it is not complicated if you go state by state. Fill in your choices now. AEQ upgraded seat can be resigned. See, upgraded seat is like this. R1 to R2 you are getting upgraded. We already mentioned this. This you have not even joined. You have time till September 4th to join. There is no concept of resignation till you join. So you can wait till September 4th for any of your decisions if you have an upgraded seat, and then take your decisions. But if you join, resignation is possible as per the MCC information brochure. Though call center, the only issue is with the call center responses that they are mentioning that you cannot resign, but UG it is available, resignation is available. You can take a decision later because MCC will definitely put up a notification on 26th or 27th, because those will be the, or 2 days, within 2 days. So you will come to know everything about this. Don't need to worry about it now. If you can't resign, then don't join, is what your scenario will be. Got All India round 2 and joined. Will I be eligible for MP counselling? We'll take it up on Monday, please. And can we participate in R3 without participating? Okay, so this is a good one. Yeah, you can participate. So let us say you are not participating in R2 at all. You are not interested for whatever reason. You need not participate, and then you can participate in R3. If you have not registered yet, do a registration again. If you have registered now, same registration you can participate. Sir, we get upgraded in All India round 2 and join. Will we be eligible to... See, there is a problem here. Karnataka will just explain because it is a clear problem. All India round 2, Karnataka is delayed, let us say. Karnataka round 1 is the query. Karnataka round 1 anyways you can participate, because Karnataka round 1 currently you are eligible to participate. You can go ahead and participate in Karnataka round 1. It will possibly happen even before All India round 2 results. You will possibly have it. If it gets still delayed, after joining your All India round 2, you can still participate in Karnataka round 1. If the results are, let us say, declared on a particular day before September 4th, then you won't even have to do it, because All India round 2 seat you can join till September 4th, right? Wait for that timeline of joining. Don't even need to do anything. Let us say All India round 2 results are out on August 25th or 26th. Karnataka results are out on August 28th, worst case. Okay. You just wait till 28th and not join, because you have time till September 4th to join your All India round 1 seat. This is the same for Andhra, and this is the same for Andhra as well as any state that has not come up. Only if your results are before August 25th, you may have a problem. More it gets delayed, you don't have a problem. You will actually be able to decide between your All India round 2 seat, which is here, All India round 2 allotted seat, and then go on to check your All India Karnataka results, which let us say comes on August 29th, and go ahead and join here directly, knowing that it is better than All India round 2. So that is possible. Is there any possibility of a candidate losing his round 1 seat if he has taken admission and opted for upgradation? So basically the question is, I take admission, I had opted for upgradation in round 1, you are taking it as round 1, you have opted for upgradation in round 1, you are not filling choices. This is the way to retain your seat. You will retain your round 1 seat. No way this seat can be taken away from you if you did not fill choices and you have already joined. No way, 100% we will bet everything on that. Sir, I joined round 1 and opted for upgradation, want to retain this. Should I log into MCC portal if I joined round 1 and opted for upgradation and want to retain? Don't need to log into MCC portal. Let us say you log into the MCC portal, give consent, even then don't fill choices. Idea is don't fill choices if you want to retain your round 1 seat. This is prime. Question number 19, MCC, they suggest don't fill choices. You can go and check that. Question number 19 in the MCC brochure. Can you check if it is question number 19? Sir, in upgradation we have to fill the seat. Sir, in upgradation, do we have to fill that seat also? We already mentioned that your same seat is not available, so you will not be able to fill that same seat. Yeah. So there's somebody, Dr. Brijpal, who has answered that. Yeah, thanks for that. Allotted and joined in All India round 1. Allotted and joined in All India round 1. Opted for upgradation, haven't got upgraded. Can we opt for upgradation? We have mentioned that multiple times. So UG it is allowed. MCC call center not mentioning anything. We believe that it will be allowed. Wait for that timeline, you will get a clear indication. What about Karnataka? All these we will cover in next on Monday session. Monday possibly Karnataka. We are expecting that hopefully they will get us a notification. They'll give us a notification. Punjab R2, AA R2. Can I participate in Punjab R2? Yes, it should be possible now. But wait for the session on Monday, 21st. Karnataka has not started. If you get a seat in All India eligible, are we ineligible? No, so this thing be very clear. R2, I am allotted a seat. Allotted a fresh seat or a new seat, etc. Or I retained a seat. This will not make you ineligible for any state R2. Just because you are allotted, the joining or continuing post this is what will be an issue. So don't, what might be an issue in some states, we don't know. But some states allow even that now. So even after you join, you may be able to participate. Okay. So don't assume that just because you are allotted in All India Round 2, you have a problem. That is why we have been repeatedly mentioning, you always have a chance now after you fill your choices, after allotment, whatever be the rule, if you don't join, nothing will be impacted. So go ahead and fill your choices. Similarly, if you retain, you have a 2-day resignation period. Round 1 seat is retained. So that will anyways ensure that you are not holding a round 2 seat. So you always have the state options open. State options won't be impacted if you do this after round 2. So don't need to worry about it. Since Karnataka round 1 has not started, okay, that we have state round 2 query. Dr. Shreya's state round 2 query will come to later on Monday. So if you got allotment in round 2, does that compel me to resign or will I have a choice? We have mentioned it multiple times. If you will not have a choice after upgradation, your R1 seat is not with you. Whether it is allotted to someone or not doesn't matter. It is not with you. It is either with MCC as a vacancy or with somebody else, highly likely. They will not, you will not get that R1 seat after you are upgraded. If you are not upgraded, you will retain the same R1 seat. Okay, this is an interesting query. We also addressed that till last year. So we have information from last year. We can't confirm it with a clause or anything. You can go through the last year's refund and you will also see this very, very clearly. All India round 2, I paid 2 lakhs for AEQ deemed. Now I get an AEQ seat. I don't join it. 25K will be 25K or 10K based on your category, that will be forfeited. Rest 1.9 or 1.75 you will get it back. That is how it has been till last year. Don't take decisions based on this, but that is how it has been till last year. We can't assure you because there is no clause. It is only based on experience. We can assure you that last year it was like this. Okay, so this is a query. R2, I join a seat. I opt for upgradation to R3. I don't get upgraded. This seat is for sure with you. Don't need to worry about it. Resign after AAR2. Yes, you still have that option, right? AAR1 retain, 2 days option is there. You will be able to resign if Andhra results come at that timeline. Andhra will also, probably Andhra and Karnataka will take it up on what to suggest. Your choice filling will not impact that we will assure you. Okay. If you don't get any seat in round 2, no, if you don't get any seat in round 2 All India, you will not lose your security deposit. When you do some mistake, that is when you will lose your security deposit, like not joining after being allotted. If you don't get any seat, automatically your security deposit will be there. Allotted and joined in All India round 1. Dr. Alta, allotted and joined in All India round 1 after. Okay, so this we had queried. This All India round 1 retained eligibility for All India round 3. We said multiple times. If you retain 2, UG it is allowing, it is being allowed, and call center says no, we believe it will be allowed like UG. Wait for confirmation anyways, it will be there. Don't need to pay R2 to R3 upgradation, you may not need to pay. UG rules are very clear. Only if you resign an R2 seat, you need to pay. R1 to R2, R2 to R3, one registration is enough is what UG says. AP news, yeah, there have been a lot of queries. Unfortunately, we don't have any information. We are aware of what is happening with the issues, etc. But updates on what they are going to do with the scenario, we are not sure. If we have any update, we'll definitely let you know. AEQ R2 resignation, you have to pay penalty. So this is something that we mentioned, okay. So the query is this. Some states, this is a very, very pertinent query. Some states still say that if you resign a seat after round 2, even if it is an All India seat, if you resign after All India round 2 or the stipulated deadline, you will pay a penalty of 15 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Will this be applicable for an R2 to R3 upgradation? This is the query. Okay. So I am upgrading from All India R2 to R3 as per MCC's process, very clearly defined process. When I do that, a state which has a rule saying that after a stipulated deadline of round 2, there is a 15 lakh penalty. Will it be applicable? It will not be applicable. Don't need to worry about it. That is very clear as per process. Don't need to worry about it. Clarity on unlock option, you will have to go to our other session. Is it uploaded? Clarity on unlock option, the session is already uploaded. Just go through it. Every part of that unlock we have gone through. It is nothing. Only if you want to change quota or category, you need to unlock. If someone not get upgraded, how to follow up with a seat joining an All India round 3? If you don't get upgraded, just go to the round 1 institute on September 5th if it is an MDMS institute, or ask the institute when you need to join if it is a DNB institute, if you are not already joined. Then proceed with round 3. No need to worry about what the institute will do, penalty, etc. That will not be applicable. You can proceed with your All India round 1 retained seat to round 3. That is what it mentioned in UG. That alone you needs confirmation for you. Otherwise, nothing to be done from your end for going to R3. Clearly in UG it is mentioned this willingness for an R1 retained seat. You retain your R1 seat. I want to go to R3. How do I provide willingness? It is automatic. It is considered that you are provided willingness because you already provided a willingness. Now automatically you can go fill choices for R3. Nothing to be done. This is what is mentioned in UG. So R1 retained, in R2 you can take the same seat to R3. Willingness will be automatic. If you want to retain the same seat again, just don't fill choices here. That is your prerogative. Allotted DNB seat in All India round 1 and opted for upgradation. AP round 1 not started, but I still have original documents. These original documents, we will also address that. If you have your original documents, whether you can join another All India round 1 seat is a very grey area. That is something which is against, actually the rules don't mention clearly that you will not be able to hold 2 seats. But in the scenario of a counseling, what will candidates do, whether it will impact, what is the legal proposition, we are not experts in that. At least with the experience, it has been both ways, so we may not be able to suggest on that. How to retain R1 seat? I have upgraded and now don't want to change. Yeah, Dr. Abhishek, yes, don't need to do anything. Don't log into MCC at all. That is also okay. You will retain your All India R1 seat if you don't fill. Yeah, and Dr. Nandu has replied, thank you. And can I participate in Kerala R2? Kerala is the most queries we have received. Kerala R2, we will come back to you. Kerala R2, Kerala still has a clause saying that candidates admitted in AAR2 are not eligible for state R2. But this clause might change with the new rules. Wait for Kerala. Now fill choices. You can take a decision later because you either join or resign. That is always possible with your All India round 2 seat. So take a call later. Kerala will take its time to respond to this, but it will be definitely before September 4th. They will respond. You have all the time till September 4th to decide. So AP, okay, so 2 queries we will address quickly. These are queries AP state R1 is delayed. State R1 is delayed. I am not sure what scenario you are in. These are relevant. Sorry if you are from another state. These are relevant because AP and Bihar, Karnataka candidates, etc., and a few other states, 1 or 2 smaller states, they are facing a problem with delay in round 1 cancelling. Whatever be your scenario, just fill in choices for All India round 2. Okay. Now, that is the next call of action for you. Correct? Now there is nothing happening. AP is not happening. Your only possibility is round 2. That is the only thing. Fill in your choices. Let AP announce the timeline. Based on the timeline, take a call. In case you are already holding an all India round 1 seat and your originals are with the institute, then you have a problem, right? That is a problem. That is when there is a problem, you just hold on to that. There is an issue there. If you are holding your originals here and AP releases before August 25th or 26th, then this seat cannot be resigned. That is when there is a problem. If that comes up to that stage, then hold on. But if AP extends everything to August 28th joining and all India results are published on August 26th, even this set of candidates will be able to resign the seat, whatever they hold, or not join the seat or get relieved. So as long as it goes beyond that timeline, it is fine. The same goes for Bihar too. Bihar, as of now, I am not sure if the joining timelines have been prescribed. The results, the choice filling will be over now within the next 2 days, but the joining timelines may not have been prescribed. So Bihar too, as of now, fill choices, all India round 2. Bihar state round 1 results, know the timeline and then take a call. As of now, this does not take away anything from all India round 2 choice filling. In both cases, see, after all India round 2 is over, you will get a retained AAR1 seat if you already hold a seat, or a fresh R2 seat or a new R2 seat. You can always take a choice on decision on not going it and going to Bihar. But if Bihar results come before August 25th, you don't hold a seat now, you don't have a problem. But if you hold a seat now, then you have a problem, because when you are holding a seat now, you cannot, you might have your originals at that particular institute and Bihar results come before August 25th. That is when you have a problem. That's something you will have to address. There is no other go, because the institutes may not give you originals before that timeline. So any other query, just let us know. I'm not sure if you have missed out the last 2 queries. I think I missed out. The last 2. AR2 joint list reaches Kerala. Yeah, we are aware of that. Okay. The joint list which will reach Kerala on September 4th. We are expecting, we are hoping that Kerala will start its process even before that, and possibly even try to give an allotment before that. So we are sincerely hoping that that happens. So joint list can reach Kerala only after September 4th. That is a strong timeline this year, where there is a lot of time between August 25th, 26th to September 4th for states to run their process and complete it. We are sincerely hoping that every state releases their results by that timeline, like some of the states have done. So when to publish all India's round 2 seat matrix? It will be published once they finalize. They take usually 1 day after the last resignation timeline. So 19th afternoon is when they put up the admission timeline, right? They extended it. After that, they have to give it to the institutes for 1 day at least for verification. So possibly tomorrow only. And what is registration unlocking? There is another video on registration unlocking. It is available in YouTube and both in ZyNerd. Just go through that. And Bihar scenario we have explained. Okay, so uploading documents, don't do too much on uploading documents. Always keep uploading documents whenever they ask. The query is, after round 2, I am allotted a seat and I want to go to state, but do I need to upload documents? Uploading documents is not the end of admission process. Upload if they ask to, and then don't join. It will not impact your state. Don't join or whatever decide, it will not impact your state. Uploading documents is not a relevant thing at all. Too much of confusion actually has gone into certain things over the last few days. We have been extremely tied up. We have missed probably 20% of calls. We have been doing the job of what NBE or MCC possibly has to do, clarifying this. So it is very unfortunate, and we have got a lot of brickbats too. But there have been a lot of queries on this year. Unfortunately, uploading documents is a nothing, but we have been answering queries on what to do, etc. It was not a requirement at all. Even if candidates did not upload, they go to the institute. They were very well in the admitted list. They're unfortunate. Those 3 days we had missed quite a few. Thanks a lot for watching. I think we have tried our level best. Go through allotment mapping. Beyond all these processes and rules, there is a lot of information available in ZyNerd. The core part of it is the data available in the system. These rules will get clarified at some point, like it happened throughout. You will get clear notifications. The data will help you take decisions. this form is not available, that we are not able to reach, etc. Beyond that, that 90% of 95% of us of offering is the data, deciding based on the data at every point. You will get rule clarity at every point. Your decisions will be informed decisions. Don't need to worry about that. Go through the data and take right decisions. All the best to all of you for round 2. Hope everyone gets the best seat that they deserve. All the best. Thank you.